The message arrived at 2:14 in the morning. Just 5 words. No punctuation. No hesitation. We should talk. Her name lit up my phone like a siren in the dark. I stared at the screen longer than I should have, my thumb floating above it, my heartbeat stalled. That kind of eerie stillness that only settles before a storm or just after something dies. I didn't reply. Not right away. Not because I was angry, but because I was thinking. Calculating. Silence has a way of making people squirm. They fill the quiet with their own guilt. Lying in the dark, I gripped my phone tightly and listened to the rhythmic spin of the ceiling fan. Her side of the bed was untouched. Cold. She hadn't been home for hours. I didn't know everything, but I knew enough. Enough to understand exactly what that message meant. We should talk wasn't a conversation opener. It was a confession, one she'd likely rehearsed. Not for my benefit, but to relieve her conscience. Or maybe there was no remorse at all. Maybe she just wanted to twist the knife herself. I didn't take the bait. I let the silence sit between us. Let her stew in the emptiness she created. When I finally got up, I didn't pack clothes. I packed a notebook, a pen, and the extra key she never knew I kept. It was time to collect the truth. The warning signs didn't shout. They whispered. She began wearing perfume to pick up groceries. Lipstick for gym workouts. Her smile stopped reaching her eyes. She apologized for things I hadn't noticed. Her touches felt scripted, like a scene she'd practiced. I didn't feel fury. Just a hollow stillness, like all the emotion had been vacuumed out of me, taking with it every sound, every laugh, every kiss, every late-night return. I observed her, not like a bitter husband, but like a researcher gathering data. She drifted through our home like a visitor. Her phone was always within arm's reach. Her gaze never lingered on mine. She'd laugh too loudly at nothing, and flinch when I touched her wrist. I wanted to ask. I wanted to pull the curtain back and watch her scramble for excuses. But emotion muddies perception. I didn't want apologies. I wanted clarity. So I waited. And I watched her lie. People reveal themselves when you give them space to think they're safe. She didn't know I was already gone. I started with her phone, but not by snooping. That's rookie work. We had an old location sharing app we'd forgotten to delete. I tracked her patterns. Work. Then somewhere else. Always the same detour. Same building. Same time. Suite 804, a law firm. Her friend worked there. I found his name. His car. Watched him walk her to hers, his hand resting too casually on her lower back. He didn't kiss her. Not then. But the way his eyes lingered told the story. So I began documenting everything. Every call. Every meeting. Every unfamiliar charge on our joint card. Flowers, hotel stays, dinners for 2 at restaurants we'd never stepped into together. I didn't need a sex tape. I didn't need to hear moaning or read dirty texts. I needed evidence. Clean. Cold. Undeniable. I gathered receipts. Logged timestamps. GPS history. Even recorded her voice when she accidentally left a voicemail meant for him. She called him darling. She never used that word with me. But none of that mattered anymore. I had all I needed. Not to confront her, but to act with precision. The envelope slid across the breakfast table, quietly, neatly, landing between her coffee and her phone. She stared at it like it might explode. Because in a way, it would. Inside were photos. Voicemails. Bank statements. GPS logs. Everything. Her face drained. Her hands trembled. Her lips parted, desperate to form some sort of explanation. I shook my head once. No, I said calmly. She swallowed hard. Tried again. No. The silence that followed was suffocating. She reached across the table, looking for my hand. I stood and walked away. No shouting. No slamming doors. She didn't chase me. Not then. That was 2 weeks ago. Now, she's sitting in his SUV, wearing his jacket. I recognized the watch on his wrist. It was my gift to him. Last Christmas. She didn't look up at me. 2 men stepped forward. Hired muscle. One cracked his knuckles. The other wore a grin like he expected fear. Then he stepped out. Too smooth. Too confident. Your wife's with me now, he said. We packed up her stuff. We're here to put you in the hospital. I smiled. Her betrayal was her decision. But bringing them here? That was his fatal error. My eyes flicked toward the garage camera, the one I'd installed a week ago. Streaming live. Audio included. Everything recorded. Premeditated assault. Clear as day. Their mistake wasn't confronting me. It was believing I hadn't already won. They're gone now. The police took them away. She cried. Begged. Not for me, for her image. Her reputation. Too late. I stood by the window and watched them cuff him. She turned toward the house, her eyes searching for mine. I shut the door. Sat back down. Silence again. But this time, it belonged to me. Truth is, I stopped loving her the moment she picked him. I wasn't chasing revenge. I just needed the truth. And now, I have it. I'm free. She's not. She'll spend the rest of her life trying to explain herself. I won't say a word. She made the mess. She can stay in it.